The case involving Akshay Shinde has now taken a serious legal turn. The Bombay High Court, while hearing a plea filed by the Badlapur rape accused Akshay Shinde's father, challenging the legality of the encounter in which he was killed, has said prima facie there seems to be foul play. The High Court has said the incident cannot be termed as an encounter as several factors remain unclear. The court has questioned why the pistol was kept in an unlocked phase, and it's not easy for a layperson to operate and fire a pistol. The court has also asked that if 3 bullets were fired by Akshay, as claimed by the police, where are the other 2 bullets? All right, my colleague Kabir Naqvi is tracking the story and joins us with the latest. Kabir, just take us through the details of what the court has said today while hearing the petition filed by Shinde's father.
Right, Neha. First and foremost, the family has been crying a foul play right from the beginning. We earlier saw those acrimonious shots of Akshay Shinde's father, Akshay Shinde's mother, wailing once they got to know that he was shot in this encounter in retaliatory fire. Those were the opening remarks that were put out. Now, earlier on, right at the onset of the hearing, the lawyer that was representing Akshay Shinde's family had come out and said that we require all the CCTV footages of all the nearby areas as well. We were earlier talking about the post-mortem report. There's hemorrhage, they're talking about severe bleeding. It seems to be a bullet wound right on the head. So some of those questions that now the judge has put out, the High Court has asked these serious questions. They're saying, firing a revolver and a pistol are completely 2 different things. Firing a pistol, it can be difficult than firing a revolver. Firing a revolver is easier. If you only found 1 bullet casket, where are the other 2 bullet caskets? Because you've clearly mentioned that 3 shots were fired. If the policeman who was injured, did the bullets just graze through him? Was it a piercing wound? What kind of a wound was it? The judge also went on and asked, what was the rank of this officer who had the belt, that holster belt to the left side of his waist from where the gun was taken away, allegedly by Akshay Shinde in that retaliatory scenario that played out. They said he was an AP rank officer, and the judge went on to say that that essentially means that he does know how to, react to those serious situations. The family has also asked, Neha, that, this is a fake encounter because in our last conversations with Akshay Shinde, he kept on asking about bail. He was very weak, which is again what the judge also pointed out too, that this is a weak man. A weak man cannot, muster up the courage to pull out a gun from the holster and then carry out that shooting. Now the forensic analysis has been asked by the bench. The High Court has asked for a forensic analysis of how far was the distance from where the shooting took place, because was this a close range, point blank range shooting, or was it a far away distance shooting? Mind you, all of this apparently happened inside a van. The van forensic analysis has already been done. The postmortem report is out, but now a fake encounter. And the biggest observation by the court at this point in time, Neha, is that the High Court has said that prima facie, this looks like there's foul play involved. This is not an encounter. It needs more strength in terms of the case. Of course, legalities is something that I'm not an expert on at this point in time, but the reports do suggest that the High Court has raised serious questions on this encounter. But take a look at the politics that is erupted around it as well. Devendra Fadnavis holding those revolvers, those posters came about at various places in Maharashtra. Eknath Shinde came out in support of those police officers as well. The opposition MBA in the state is categorically saying that this is nothing but vendetta killing. This is a political murder, a polling, an election murder that has taken place, which is also, echoing the lines and, the sentiments of the family as well. So big developments coming out of the High Court, serious legal turns in this Badlapur rape case encounter that took place. Hasty decisions that were made. The court had asked the police officers what time was the FIR made, what time was the ADR, which is accidental death report, confirmed, to which, the cop said that about 4 hours, 4 a.m., 50 minutes, something around that time was when the accidental death happened, and 7 o'clock is when the FIR was registered. So all these, crucial legal clues and arguments that were presented in the court, just a short while ago, Neha.
Right, Kabir, let's just take the viewers through some more details that we know. Now, the Bombay High Court, while hearing the plea filed by Akshay Shinde's father challenging the legality of the encounter that killed their son, has essentially said that prima facie there seems to be foul play. The High Court has said the incident cannot be termed an encounter. Several facts are unclear at this moment. One of the questions, as you said, Kabir, the court has raised is, well, if the police claim that there were indeed 3 bullets that were fired, where are the other 2 bullets? The initial post-mortem report revealed hemorrhagic shock and bleeding as the cause of death. The report has indicated a single bullet mark on the left side of 24-year-old Akshay Shinde's head. He was killed on Monday while being taken for questioning by the Thane crime branch. Now, according to reports, the team of 5 doctors conducted Shinde's post-mortem, saying that he had sustained a head injury. The report was then handed over to the Mumbai Police. Police reports say Shinde, while being taken for questioning in a case that had been filed by his second wife, snatched a police officer's pistol and opened fire at the cops. One officer was injured by a bullet that he took to the thigh. In response, another officer shot Shinde, who was then rushed to hospital and declared dead on arrival. The Thane Police PRO Shailesh Salvi has now said that an internal investigation is underway. Those are the facts before us at the moment. Kabir, let me now come back to you. This is, of course, a very serious statement that has been made by the Bombay High Court today, that there appears to have been foul play. The question is, what really are the police expected to do next? Has the court outlined that?
No, they haven't at this point in time. But there is some sort of, an order to carry out another forensic analysis. Like I mentioned before, the forensic analysis of the van where the entire encounter ordeal took place, that has been done. Another interesting, information that we would like to give to the viewers here was that this exact place where the encounter took place was in a, a really, secluded position. It was a really remote place off the highway. You did not have a lot of bystanders, a lot of shops over there. There's a little hill on the left side, and the highway runs into the hill on the other side as well. So it is a very strategic, advantage sort of a position to carry out this encounter, which again, the High Court has, thrown light upon. But a forensic analysis of the distance of the shooting that took place. The High Court also asked, why only the head? If this is an AP rank officer, and the entire ordeal, took place inside a van, it could have been a really panicky sort of a situation. Quick reactions is what was needed by these officers. An AP rank officer, it is expected out of an AP rank officer to be, aware of these kind of situations. Why only 1 bullet injury, that too to the head? A forensic analysis on that has been ordered. But mind you, Neha, the counsel for the family, the lawyer representing the family of Akshay Shinde, he's, categorically asking for CCTV footage and a special investigation team, an SIT probe, independent of all that is happening by the CID that is already carrying out this investigation. So we could have a multi-pronged probe into the situation, but at this point in time, like I mentioned, the family is crying foul, and the High Court has now said prima facie, it looks like there's some sort of foul play involved in the encounter as well.
Well, the court seems to agree with the family for sure, Kabir. Stay with us. We'll come back to you. Our legal editor, Ashok Bagria, joins me now on the show. Ashok, a very scathing statement made by the Bombay High Court questioning the encounter by the Badlapur police and in fact saying there seems to be foul play. It's hard to believe that this was a genuine encounter. Also raising questions about if 3 bullets were indeed fired, where are the other 2 bullets?
Yes, Neha, it looks like the Mumbai police, rather the Maharashtra police, is in the wrong courtroom. Here we have a bench of 2 judges, and one of the judges hearing the matter says that he knows how difficult it is for a person to uncock a pistol and fire. In fact, this observation from the Bombay High Court came when it was told to the court that the accused, Akshay Shinde, had got into a scuffle with the police party which was carrying him, and in the scuffle he got his hand on the pistol carried by the police officers, and he fired at the police officer, and in retaliation the cops fired at Akshay Shinde. This was the story which was narrated to the High Court judges by the additional Solicitor General of Maharashtra, saying that this is the story, to which the judges said that it's a little difficult to buy this theory that is being told in the court, and prima facie we believe that there appears to be foul play, and the story being narrated before us cannot be believed. So the judge tells that, look, number one, what are the protocols that the police observes when they are carrying a criminal or a hardened criminal of this nature of an offense for which Akshay Shinde was accused? The court asks the first question, why was he not handcuffed? The second, that the court asked the cops or the government pleader that the pistols which were being carried by the police party, were they cocked or uncocked? In the sense, was the pistol loaded or unloaded? If the pistol was unloaded, it is difficult to buy the theory that an accused who has no prior knowledge of arms would be able to load a pistol and fire at the police. The third point that the judge pointed out was that loading a pistol is different from firing from a revolver. It requires strength to load a pistol, and the judge said that he knows this, that it requires strength to load a pistol because he's fired from a pistol hundreds of times. The other thing that the judge pointed out to the government pleader was that, look, this whole scenario or the whole story that is being peddled before the High Court is a little difficult to buy because of all these reasons. And the court also asked the government pleader that, was basically when the accused fired at the police personnel and the post-mortem was done, was hand wash of the accused done? Hand wash is a technique where the remains of the gunpowder are found on the hand of the accused when he is firing a bullet. So whether the hand wash was done, whether the post-mortem was recorded, all these questions which have been posed by the Bombay High Court puts the Maharashtra Police in a very difficult spot. But what is interesting here, Neha, is the fact that this kind of a behavior from the cops is increasingly being normalized across the country. What we witnessed was in 2019, there was a similar incident where a girl was raped in Hyderabad, and the cops subsequently killed the accused in a similar kind of an encounter. And there have been many such incidents where the accused are being killed because they are the police are giving into political pressure or public outcry and dispensing instant justice in cases like this. So this is a very, very worrying tendency which is on the rise as far as the police are concerned.
Vigilantism on part of the police is a very worrying issue. Very quickly, before we let you go, Ashok, the question is, who investigates the cops?
Well, in a situation like this, it depends that the High Court could decide to appoint either a sitting judge of the High Court or a retired judge of the High Court who is very conversant with criminal law and cases related to crimes. So in a situation like this, generally, when there are allegations against the cops, the courts have taken a very discretionary view and appointed a retired High Court appointed committee, which is headed by a retired High Court judge, and there is a special investigating team of officers co-opted from the police force, and then the investigation is carried out. So in a situation like this, I also believe that the Mumbai High Court, or rather the Bombay High Court, could take a position where they appoint a retired judge of the Bombay High Court to probe this allegedly fake encounter.